April 23, 2004. This was a trip that I wanted to make in order to see the family beachfront property in Omiles, Cagayan, in the Visayan island of Negros Occidental.
Dito bang pasok? Ah, hindi. Doon tayo sa kabila.
To make this trip memorable and worthwhile, I invited my high school and college friends, Homer, Marcos, and Efren, to go with me to the Negros Island.
Tinan lang, di ba? Nakaw-nakaw eh. Gawing Saudi. Dito mga tayo.
It's been several years since I last saw them, and I was sure it was a chance for them to get away for the 3-day trip to the paradise, to get away from everything else. It took us an hour flight from Manila to Bacolod City, and then another 3-hour jeepney ride to a resort now called Paradise Beach, which is under the care of my cousins. Accommodation wasn't bad on the rest house prepared for us. Although the weather was humid, the wind blowing from the ocean seems to provide therapeutic feeling. It's like a brand new life away from the city and under the coconut trees. I was hoping that no coconut fruits would be falling over our heads the whole time that we were in town. The first day was spent relaxing, talking about trivial things and about work, and then playing badmintons, frisbees, and dartboard games. We feasted on local food, fish, and fruits, but we forgot about the coconuts. It was also a day of friendly reunion, celebrated with champagne and a bottle of wine that I brought with me. Day 2 in the paradise. Cousin Doming proposed that we visit an island, a small island, which is formed entirely of dead corals. However, the ride took us longer because one of the fishermen's boats stalled more than halfway along the way, and so we ended up towing it to the coral island. We decided to give Efren the only available life preserver because he doesn't know how to swim, even though we were assured that the water underneath our boats wasn't that deep. The strip of dead coral island was amazing. I've never seen anything like it before. The water was crystal clear. Everybody enjoyed themselves playing in the water or searching for nice-looking shells and corals to take back home. Leaving the coral island, we took the shortest distance to the shore and met with local folks with their catch of the day, while Marcos enjoyed himself with small flying fish which are ready to go to the market. The trip back to the paradise was on tricycles. We were packed like sardines, with people sitting, standing, on top, inside, and behind the driver. It was our town for this trip, and local folks are used to traveling this way. On our last day in paradise, my nephew Bobby drove us back to Bacolod City to catch our late afternoon flight to return to Manila, where Marcos and I later dropped Efren and Homer off to board a bus for their ride back home to the province. During the next 2 days of my trip, Marcos took me to several places and to at least 5 different shopping malls. Every mall we visited is crowded. Whether people are buying or cooling off for the summer, I couldn't tell, but the malls are surely crowded. We also encountered heavy street traffic in Divisoria, a major marketplace in town. Things are moving everywhere. People and all forms of ground transportation, kalesa or horse-driven carts, jeepneys, cars, and tricycles. Marcos and I also visited Fort Santiago, where the country's national hero Jose Rizal has been imprisoned by the Spaniards, and where he spent his last days before his firing squad in the late 1800s. We stumbled into a small museum of antique furnitures and household items and paintings during the time of Jose Rizal. And then we explored the grounds and the surrounding areas.
Yan naman talaga tutuusin, pabigyan niya ka pa, wala po 30 minutes yan.
Of course, the trip wasn't complete without a ride on a 1 horsepower carriage called Kalesa.
Mga kanyon. Hindi, mga balat. Yan pinapiring yung mga Pilipino noong araw eh. Kaya ho ito. Firing squad? Oo, naging kulungan din yan ng panahon ng Hapon. Ayan, may signboard na sir. Yung president natin. Sila Aguinaldo yan. Medyo bagalan mo.
It was a guided tour in the old town of Intramuras, provided by the master with a whip. He had plenty to say about the historical buildings as we went around Intramuras.
Ay natin sa kanan, ano yan? Ito yung Puerta del Parian. Ito yung way ng mga general at governor. Entrance nila yan. Dumadaan dyan mga general, governor.
This trip was more than memorable and interesting. And just like any of my other trips, this has to end back to the airport.
Flight 102 bound for Los Angeles is now ready to board passengers seated between rows 48